Hello everyone and welcome back to Scary Story Saturday with Andy. Today we're going to be talking about the mimic on the Bushwalk. And just a reminder, if you enjoy hearing me read creepypastas and scary stories every Saturday, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. Australia is home to some of the most beautiful landscapes on Earth. Ancient forests, endless deserts, and mountain ranges that stretch for hundreds of kilometres. But there's something about the Australian bushland that makes people a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe it's the isolation. Maybe it's how quickly sounds disappear once you're far away from civilization. Or maybe it's the feeling that, even when you're alone, something else might be out there. There are countless stories from hikers and campers about strange sounds coming from the trees, voices where there shouldn't be voices, and footsteps where there shouldn't be footsteps, as well as something that seems to know exactly who they are. This is the story of the mimic on the bushwalk, a story about one man who went walking in the Australian bush and heard something calling his name. In late 2023, a 26-year-old man named Liam decided to go on a solo hiking trip through a remote walking track in New South Wales. Liam wasn't inexperienced. He wasn't the kind of person who went hiking without knowing what he was doing. He'd been camping since he was a kid. He knew how to navigate, prepare, and most importantly, he respected the bush. Before leaving, Liam told his family exactly where he was going. He sent them the location of the trail and he told them when he planned on returning. And he promised he would check in when he had phone service again. The first day was perfect. The weather was cool and the trail was quiet. The kind of quiet that makes you forget the rest of the world exists. As Liam walked deeper into the bush, he noticed something. There were no other hikers. No voices, no footsteps, and no signs that anyone else had been there. At first, he enjoyed it. That was the reason he went, to get away, and to be alone. But as the afternoon went on, the silence started feeling different. Not peaceful, empty. By sunset, Liam found a small clearing beside a creek. It was the perfect camping spot. Flat ground, water nearby, shelter from the wind. He set up his tent, cooked dinner, and sat by the fire. For a while, everything felt normal. Until he heard something. A voice. Faint. Coming from somewhere between the trees. Liam! He immediately looked up. At first, he thought another hiker was nearby. Maybe someone had lost their way. Hello? The bush went silent. No response. He grabbed his torch and looked around. The beam moved across the trees. Nothing. No person, no movement, just shadows. Liam stood there for a moment listening. Then he laughed to himself. He assumed he was tired. The mind can play tricks on you when you're alone. So he went back to his tent. That night, Liam woke up. He didn't know what time it was, but something had pulled him out of his sleep. At first, he couldn't figure out why. Then he heard it. Footsteps outside. Slow footsteps moving around his tent. Someone was walking through leaves. Liam froze. Every thought went through his head. A lost hiker, someone needing help, an animal, anything. Except what happened next? The footsteps stopped, right outside his tent. Then, a voice. Liam! His stomach dropped, because he recognized it. It was his mum's voice. Not similar, not close, exactly. The same voice he had heard his entire life. The same way she said his name. But his mum was hours away. There was no reason she could possibly be there. Then the voice spoke again. Liam, open the tent. He didn't move. He didn't answer. He just stared into the darkness. And then something happened that made his blood run cold. The voice changed. It became his brother, then his friend, then his own voice. Liam! 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 Each time it sounded more natural. Like whatever was outside was practicing, learning. Eventually the footsteps moved away, but Liam stayed awake until sunrise. When the sun finally came up, he grabbed his gear and left immediately. He didn't pack properly, he didn't eat. He just wanted to get back to his car, back to people, back to somewhere normal. But as he walked, he realized something. He was hearing footsteps again, behind him. Every few minutes, he would stop, the footsteps stopped. He walked, they followed. He turned around, nothing. Only trees, bush, and silence. Then he heard it. His own voice coming from behind him. Liam. He stopped, because he knew he hadn't said it. The voice called again. Wait! It sounded exactly like him. The same accent, the same tone, everything. Then it said, I'm lost. Liam started walking faster. The voice became louder. Liam, please, come back! He didn't turn around, because deep down, he already knew. Whatever was behind him wasn't asking for help. It was trying to get him to stop. After hours of walking, Liam finally reached the trail entrance. There were other people there. Families, hikers, people talking, normal sounds. He looked back towards the bush. Nothing. Just trees. Just wind. Just silence. For weeks afterwards, Liam tried to forget about it. He told himself that he was just exhausted. He told himself that his brain was playing tricks on him. Until one night, his phone rang. The caller ID said, Mum. He answered. Hello? No response. Just breathing. Then a whisper. His own voice. Liam. He pulled the phone away. The call ended. The next morning, he asked his mum why she called him. She looked confused. She hadn't called. She hadn't even been awake at that time. When Liam checked his phone again, the call wasn't there, but the voicemail was. A 3-second recording. At the start, there was silence, then breathing, and then a whisper. Why did you leave me? Nobody knows what Liam actually experienced that night. Some people believe it was stress, isolation, the human brain trying to make sense of unfamiliar sounds. Others believe there are things in the Australian wilderness that we don't fully understand. Things that watch, things that listen, and things that learn. So if you're ever walking through the Australian bush alone and you hear someone calling your name, don't answer immediately. Stop, listen, make sure you know who is speaking. Because sometimes the voice calling you back isn't someone who wants to be found. It's something that wants you to come closer. Something scary happened while I was filming this. Why did you leave me? What the fuck? Dude.
What?
Something scary just happened out here.
What was it?
I don't know. I just heard something, like it sounded like something fell over in the kitchen. As I'm reading a scary part of the story.
Yeah. It's okay, bro. Keep going.
Oh, I'm scared. And Zaz got scared too. Like he came over and sat with me after it happened. So now I'm a little bit on edge after reading it, but oh well. Time to go and sleep in this scary house. If you enjoy spooky little tales like this one, make sure you subscribe. I post a new scary story every Saturday, as well as true crime on Mondays and something a little bit different on Wednesdays. It depends on what I'm feeling that day. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure if you did enjoy this video, leave a like. It does help me out quite a lot. Just for my self-esteem. Okay. Bye.